The spread of the Delta variant was not a roadblock for travelers heading to Sturgis. South Dakota's Black Hills are once again hosting hundreds of thousands of motorcyclists for the annual rally. NBC News reporter Gary Grumbach is there. And Gary, describe the scene there this weekend and what are health officials saying about this massive rally?
Hey there, Joe. Yeah, 50 weeks out of the year, Sturgis is a sleepy town of about 7,000 people. But for this 10-day period, we're talking 700,000 people coming to town. They're going to restaurants, they're going to the stores, they're trading patches with each other, and they're catching up with friends that they sometimes only see at this rally here in Sturgis every year. That's because they're getting back on their bikes, getting back on their planes when they leave here, and they're going home and possibly infecting their friends and their communities back at home. And that's exactly the concern of health officials here, because that's exactly what happened last year when 400,000 people showed up. The CDC says there was a significant rise in cases around the entire country because of what happened here in Sturgis.
So, Gary, you had a chance to speak with some of the rally goers, including some who are unvaccinated. What did they tell you about their decision to attend Sturgis?
You know, this is really interesting because the people who aren't vaccinated at this point, they have a reason to not be vaccinated. It's not because they couldn't find the vaccine or didn't have time to get vaccinated. There's a specific reason. Now, some of that reasoning may come from Facebook pages or other places on the internet, but others are really significant and legitimate reasons, things to do with the efficacy of the vaccine or the long-term side effects of the vaccine. I want to introduce you to a rally goer who has been coming for decades here to Sturgis, and he said a pandemic wasn't going to stop him.
No, not at all. Doesn't bother me. To me, it's just a common cold. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. The cold's going to actually have problems with people, okay? Just like the virus and everything coming in and stuff is going to have problems with people. But if I don't get into it too politically wise and everything like that, how many people actually caught the cold and passed away in 2020? You know, all of a sudden the colds quit and the virus came in. So just another strand of the virus, as far as I'm concerned, and that doesn't bother me.
So are you vaccinated?
No, not yet.
Why not?
Well, you know, I looked at it as a common cold. I never got a shot for the cold, never caught the cold, so we'll see what happens.
Now, to pull back the curtain a little bit here, we don't always have the time to talk about the facts and all the information surrounding all of this with those people that we're interviewing, but it does have to do with the misinformation and disinformation that's really happening across the country here. Joe?
Yeah, it's definitely more than a cold. Important to point that out. So, Gary, you also spoke to some attendees who are vaccinated. What did they tell you?
Yeah, that's right. So, you know, the CDC and other health officials say if you're outside and you're vaccinated, your risk of getting COVID is significantly decreased. And so folks are taking advantage of that. They're coming out here to Sturgis. They're enjoying themselves. And they say they understand the risks, but freedom is really important to them. Here's what they had to say.
I was here last year. There was no shutdown. There was no lockdown here. There was no mask. You could if you wanted to. But I went to 7 different states last year. Talked to thousands of people. I wasn't worried about it. Never, you know, I'm a realist. If it's my turn, it's my turn. So I'm not going to worry about it.
I've been vaccinated. I got a lot of things going on in my life. If God's going to hit me, if I'm going to be taken by COVID, I've done what I'm supposed to do.
Now, this event brings in $800 million to the state of South Dakota every year. So it's a real conversation between public health and economic health. Joe?
All right. Gary, thank you so much. Reporting from Sturgis.